This is a story that has been told and retold over and over again. The hero is tired of his 9 to 5. He wants freedom. So he starts looking for a way out. He discovers passive income. At first, it's tough, but he sticks with it. He creates a digital product, posts some Amazon links, builds a website. And one day he wakes up to find his phone filled with email notifications. His account has been hacked. Someone has ordered a few $100s worth of graphics packages that he didn't sell. It's just another Wednesday. You are watching the Passive Income Paradox. It's me. I make videos about money. Now, I used to chase those elusive third-party sales too. And in today's video, I want to share something I wish someone had told me sooner. In 2026, the idea of passive income you've been sold will be completely obsolete. And because of that, 97% of people will be left behind, working harder than ever for less. But the top 3%, they've already shifted to a new model. This is not a theory. This is a warning. And if you stick with me until the end, I'll share with you how to build the new architecture of 2026. That may sound ominous. Let me break it down for you. The most popular definition of passive income is that it's money made without working. The closest we come to true non-work income is things like capital gains, dividends, royalties, maybe even crypto staking. But for the rest of us, passive income is an aspirational ideal. It's an escape plan. It has the promise of that final side hustle that will pay off all our debts and allow us to finally quit our jobs. Except that dream died when the algorithms changed, when Facebook stopped allowing lead magnets, when Etsy stopped promoting vintage listings. So let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. There's no such thing as truly passive income. Everything requires maintenance. Everything eventually needs updating. Some things need constant tending, like a houseplant. Other things you can mostly ignore, like a well-maintained car. But there is nothing that can pay you reliably and consistently that doesn't require some kind of upkeep. And sure, yeah, okay, why did I just spend 4 minutes telling you this? Well, the problem is most people trying to achieve passive income don't realize that they're actually looking for delayed gratification. What they really want is a little effort upfront for a lot of reward later. That's not passivity. That's deferred responsibility. And there's a big difference between the two. Okay, so that's the lie. Passive income. Let's talk about the truth. In 2026, the world of work will be dominated by automation. And if you think I'm exaggerating, consider this. In the year 2000, one company was responsible for 30% of all online searches worldwide. Today, Google handles 92% of searches. In the mid-2000s, there were dozens of social media platforms competing for users' attention. Today, 4 platforms dominate 44% of all usage. And of course, ChatGPT can write you a poem about anything within seconds. Automation has crushed industries. Entire categories of jobs have disappeared and others have been radically reshaped. By 2030, it's estimated that 800 million jobs, half the global workforce, could be automated. As consumers, we benefit from this trend. Our jobs get done faster, cheaper, better. But as workers, we need to take a good hard look at where this leaves us. So instead of chasing truly passive activities, the 3% are building what I call active architecture. You do the hard, active work once you architect a system, a digital asset, a process, and then that structure does the work for you, passively. It's not truly passive because the work is front-loaded. You have to build it, code it, design it, organize it before it does anything for you. But once it's built, you can leverage it infinitely. Here's another example. When I was starting out, I tried selling other people's products on Amazon. That's called retail arbitrage. All you do is buy a product from Walmart, list it on Amazon, and wait for the orders to come in. Sounds easy, right? Well, it is. But here's the problem. Every order fulfillment, shipping, customer service, returns, all of that eats into your profit. And what's worse is you have zero control over your sales. Even if you put in the hard work of creating amazing listing copy and high-quality images, you're at the mercy of Amazon's algorithm. One wrong move and your sales dry up overnight. But when you create a digital product, the work is done once and the profit keeps coming in indefinitely. You own your creation. You own your audience. You own your sales funnel. If you're thinking that sounds like a lot of work, you're right. But it also means you have complete control. You can change your pricing strategy based on market demand. You can add new features and benefits. You can adjust your marketing message. You're not dependent on some faceless algorithm or marketplace. In other words, you've created a sustainable advantage for yourself. I know what you might be thinking. That's all great, Alex, but how do I do that? Well, let's take a step back and look at the components of any successful business. Number 1, you have assets. These can be physical or digital. Anything you own that provides value. Number 2, you have income. That's what your assets bring in. No. 3, you have expenses. Maybe rent, inventory, material costs, or payroll. No. 4, you have profit. Hopefully this is pretty obvious. No. 5, you have cash flow. That's your income minus your expenses. That's the money in the bank. The goal of any business owner should be to increase profit and cash flow. Most passive income strategies focus on increasing income, usually through affiliate marketing, dropshipping, or selling low-quality digital products. But what the 3% understand is that focusing on income alone is a fallacy. Instead, the real secret is maximizing profit and cash flow with minimum expenses. I'll give you an example. Recently, my team and I spent several months building a community tool. We designed a user-friendly interface, wrote thousands of lines of code, and created a completely custom system. This tool is now bringing in almost $1,000 a month with very little work. It took a lot of initial effort to build it, but now it's working for us in the background, and if we wanted to, we could easily scale it to $10,000 per month with little additional work. That's the power of active architecture. It's not about creating something that brings in a trickle of income. It's about building a system that brings in a flood. But here's the key thing to remember. If you go out there and you try to build some sort of passive income stream, you have to be willing to maintain it for a long time. You have to be willing to keep tweaking it, keeping it updated, keeping it relevant, because what works today won't necessarily work tomorrow. So what you really need is a framework for building active architecture, a guide to help you avoid the pitfalls that have derailed so many others. And that's exactly what we've created for you. It's our brand new signature workshop. Inside, we walk you through the 7 steps of creating profitable active architecture. You learn how to identify opportunities, validate ideas, build the asset, price it correctly, and market it to the right audience. So please take a few minutes to watch these testimonials from our previous students. Thank you for watching. See you soon.